Good morning, children.
Good morning, sir.
In the last class, we learned how Hitler rose to power and became a dictator in Germany. Hitler rose to popularity and finally rose to power through his ideology of Nazism. After coming to power on 3rd March 1933, the famous Enabling Act was established. The Enabling Act was passed on 3rd March 1933, and this act established dictatorship in Germany. It gave Hitler for all powers to sideline the parliament and rule by his order. All political trade unions were banned, all opposition parties were banned, and he took total control of Germany in his hands. The party or the Nazi party's control and the state, he established complete control over the economy, media, army, and judiciary. So, in order to implement the ideology of Nazism and Hitler's ambitious plan of becoming a world conqueror and establishing the superiority of the Aryan Germans over world, he introduced so many secret police systems. Special surveillance and security forces were created to control and order society in the ways he wanted. Okay, some of the important or notorious secret state police that he set up included the regular police in green uniform and the SA. The SA was also called as storm troopers. Storm troopers. And another important secret police that he set up was the notorious Gestapo. The Gestapo, secret state police, a spy system in order to search people who are planning against him, and also in order to capture the Jews and other minorities and send them to the concentration camp, later to be exterminated, later to be killed in the killing centers like the concentration camps. So Gestapo is a special state police set up by Hitler. Secret police system of Hitler is known as Gestapo. And SS, another notorious squad that is set up was SS, the protection squad. Criminal police and the security service, SD. So you can just refer to your textbook and find out what are the different police system that is set up in order to implement his ideology, in order to start his ambitious plan. Now these squads or these security forces were given abnormal powers to arrest any person, to send them to torture camps, even to put them into the labor camps. And Hitler used these forces to arrest millions of people, to arrest and torture millions of political activists, trade unionists, and people belonging to the minority community, particularly the Jews. Okay, Hitler immediately after coming to power wanted to set the economy of Germany right. He wanted to put the economy on track, and he wanted to save Germany from the effect of economic depression. And he assigned the duty of economic recovery to a famous economist known as Halmer Schacht. Halmer Schacht was the economist who was assigned with the responsibility of recovery of German economy. And Halmer Schacht devised several measures, and he wanted to ensure full employment. He wanted to create employment opportunities through state-funded work, through state-funded work creation program. And this laid foundation to the famous works undertaken in Germany, like the German superhighways and the people's car, the Volkswagen, were all started during this period. And on account of Hitler's total control of the state and total control of the resources, he was able to create employment for several sections of the society. So the general living standards of the people improved in Germany during his period. Or you can say Hitler devised a systematic and scientific program of action to create employment. Okay, the German superhighways were built. The Volkswagen, known as people's car, also started manufacturing during this period. But large number of people, particularly people belonging to the minority communities, people belonging to other than Nordic race, were put to inhuman torture, inhuman harassment. Okay, and Hitler also followed a policy of setting up of war industry, war industry, and creating new weapons, new war implements, boats, ships, submarines, aeroplanes. All these were needed to prepare Germany for the final combat. And this war industry also created lot of employment opportunities. And war industry will survive only if there is war. So Hitler devised a plan to constantly fight war. And Hitler started an aggressive policy of conquering the Eastern European territories. And Hitler demanded the territories Germany lost on account of the Treaty of Versailles. Hitler marched to the Rhineland, violating the Treaty of Versailles. Hitler also violated the principles of League of Nations and started systematic conquest of the neighboring countries. Hitler annexed Austria. Hitler annexed Austria and made Austria part of Germany. Okay. Later, Hitler also tried an invasion on Czechoslovakia, and when Britain and France objected, after a lot of meetings, discussions, finally Hitler annexed the German areas, or the areas where Germans live in Czechoslovakia, into Germany. Okay, and when the Second World War started, initially you learned the Second World War started when Hitler attacked Poland on 1st September 1939. Hitler demanded the Fort Danzig. Hitler demanded Poland to give back the Fort of Danzig. Poland refused. Hitler ordered the closure of Polish corridor, which divided Germany into two parts. So when Hitler started his aggressive policy of conquest, he demanded Poland to hand over the Fort of Danzig, and Poland refused. So as a punishment, as a punitive action, Hitler marched his troops to Poland, and he thought takeover of Danzig port would be a small affair. He never thought that this invasion or this step of Hitler would lead to Second World War. Poland had a military alliance and understanding with Great Britain. So when Hitler attacked Poland, Britain came on the side of Poland to support Poland. And when Britain joined, naturally, ally of Britain, France also joined war. And when France and Britain joined war against Hitler, Hitler's friends, Mussolini of Italy and Japan, with whom Hitler had made an anti-commitment pact. So they are called Axis powers: Germany, Italy, Japan. Britain, France, and USA are known as allied powers in the Second World War. So now when the war was in progress, it started in 1939, and under the shadow of the Second World War, Germany had started a genocidal war. A genocidal war, genocide. What is the meaning of genocide? Killing of people belonging to particular race, particular community, or particular group, or particular sect is called as genocide. So under the shadow of the Second World War, Hitler started genocide or genocidal war. killing, mass murder of people belonging to minority communities, mass murder of selected groups of people, and this mass killings of Jews came to be known as the Holocaust. Okay, the Holocaust. Hitler wanted to make ethnic cleansing and the inferior Jews, whom he considered as the root cause of all problems. Okay, and because of his anti-Semite attitude, he targeted the Jews and he attributed the Jews, people of Judaism, the Jewish people, they are the reason for all the problems existing in the world. They are the conspirators of all kind of problem that is existing in world. So they are devilish. They should not be allowed to live. They should be exterminated. Initially, a hate campaign was started against them, propaganda campaign, and after that they were isolated, and then they were selectively caught and sent to concentration camps. Okay, you can find Hitler started this genocidal war. In this war, the mass murder of selected groups of innocent civilians of Europe took place. Now, Jews were in Germany. So, not only the German Jews, Hitler wanted to cleanse the entire Europe, even in the captured countries like Poland, Austria, Hungary, he targeted the Jews. Understand? Near about 2 million Jews were captured from Hungary. Okay, so under the shadow of Second World War, the notorious mass killing of Jews started, and Hitler from 1939 to 1945 killed about 6 million Jews. He killed 6 million Jews, 2 million gypsies. Who are gypsies? Gypsies are also people belonging to the ancient religion Zoroastrianism. Okay, they are nomads. They move from one place to another place. So Hitler says these gypsies are also polluted people. They are also polluted race. So they also have no right to live. Jews, they are also polluted race. They have no right to live. So he killed 2 million gypsies. Okay, 6 million Jews, and he killed 1 million Polish civilians. Who are Polish civilians? People of Poland. Hitler captured Poland in 1939 and set up so many concentration camps. What is a concentration camp? A concentration camp is a large jail where the political prisoners, the captured people will all be kept, and they will be forced to live in subhuman conditions without proper facilities, and they will be forced to work, and they will later starve to death. They will starve to death, and when they become unable to work, they will be sent to the gas chambers. You know, one famous concentration camp, we can call it as killing factory. The largest killing factory that Hitler set up in Poland is known as Auschwitz. Auschwitz is the largest killing center that is set up. Today it is a museum. Okay, where in one killing center, in one concentration camp, in one, what do you call, in our words, killing factory, more than 1.5 million people were killed. And in here, among these 1.5 million people killed, 1.3 million in Auschwitz were Jews. Okay, he devised new methods to kill large number of people called gas chambers or gassing to death. Set up large halls and made people to enter into these halls in thousands, and poisonous gas is released into this hall where they will all inhale this poisonous gas and they die, and their body will be pushed into a crematorium where it will become ash immediately. I will show you some horrible pictures of the Holocaust tragedy, killing of innocent people of Europe, not only of Germany, but also from other parts of Europe like Poland and then Hungary and Czechoslovakia. Okay, he killed 6 million Jews. The killing of Jews the genocide of Jews or mass killing of people belonging to Jewish community came to be described as Holocaust. Okay, you should learn the meaning of Holocaust. You should also be able to collect more information about Holocaust. Okay, if you want, you can watch a movie called Schindler's List. It's an Oscar-winning movie, Oscar award-winning movie. Schindler's List by Steven Spielberg, where you can find the horrible condition in which the Jews lived. Only few Jews survived. Okay, so he set up one such concentration camp is called Auschwitz, or largest concentration camp. Where was it set up? It was set up in Poland. It was set up in Poland, and he killed. And he also killed around 70 to 75,000 Germans. Why were the Germans killed? Because he considered they are mentally, physically disabled people. They are physically handicapped. They are mentally disabled. And many people are not suitable for making Germany strong. So he killed even Germans because they are handicapped. Okay, Hitler killed near about 70,000 Germans, and equally number of people who were considered to be sexually deviant, said to be homosexuals. They were also killed. Okay, so we can find Second World War started in 1939. Already we discussed the causes for world wars. What are they? Aggressive nationalism, militarism, imperialism, secret alliances. And for the Second World War, on the context of Second World War, some other causes were also very significant. Number one is the Treaty of Versailles. The humiliating Treaty of Versailles, the intensity of the terms and conditions, okay, and the harsh conditions, slavish conditions imposed on Germany gave rise to revival of aggressive nationalism again in Germany under the powerful leader Adolf Hitler. Okay, so we have seen how Germany was humiliated and how Hitler denounced the Treaty of Versailles and once again made Germany a very important and powerful military. Next, failure of the League of Nations. Already I explained to you earlier, League of Nations is an international organization set up after the end of First World War to preserve world peace. But it failed because the big powers did not cooperate with the League of Nations. Woodrow Wilson, the architect of League of Nations, is from America, and USA never became part of League of Nations because the US Congress, US Parliament did not approve Woodrow Wilson's suggestion to become member of the League of Nations. Russia became member very late. Germany, though became member, later resigned, and League of Nations couldn't do anything when powerful dictators like Hitler, Mussolini, Franco, Joseph Stalin, and Hirohito in Japan rose to power and took everything into their own hands. The failure of League of Nations was also an important cause for the outbreak of Second World War. And next, Germany's challenge. Germans' challenge to vengeful domination. German challenge to vengeful domination means the Treaty of Versailles was a treaty of vengeance. France wanted to take revenge on Germany. Britain wanted to ensure that Germany would never become an economic power and it would never rise up again as a military power to threaten them. And they wanted to crush Germany, and Germany wanted to teach them a lesson. Germany wanted to teach Britain and France for treating them like slaves. So from this revenge, aggressive nationalism called Nazism became very powerful. And fear from socialism and Russia. I told you ideological conflicts. Okay, Russia became a communist country, and the ideology that developed after the communist revolution in Russia inspired the working class. The working class turned to ideologies of socialism and communism. After the First World War, many countries suffered economically, and there was general satisfaction among the people. So the working class, the workers, they all got attracted, and they started to slowly turn to the ideal of socialism and communism. Okay, and in Russia, the revolution happened in 1917, established the Workers' Republic, and Britain, France feared that such type of revolution, such type of what you call things would take place in their countries. So they decided to treat communist Russia as their enemies, and they started to attack communism. So this fear of communism, this fear of Russia, this fear that Russia would spread communist revolution and encourage the people of other European countries also to engineer similar type of revolution in their countries. So there was ideological conflict, ideological clash between different countries. Okay, and the immediate cause, of course, I told you the immediate provocation or the immediate cause for the outbreak of the Second World War was German attack on Poland. Germany entered into Poland to capture Danzig on 1st September 1939. Hitler, after coming to power, demanded to return all the territories taken away from Germany through the Treaty of Versailles. So Hitler demanded handing over the port of Danzig to Germany. And Hitler also demanded closure of Polish corridor, the highway that made Poland to reach the seacoast, Danzig. And Poland refused, and as a punishment for refusing to hand over the port of Danzig to Germany, Hitler attacked Poland. Hitler thought the takeover would last only a small action, but as Poland had defense understanding with Britain, Britain immediately came to the rescue of Poland. And then one by one, all entered into the war in support of each other. You know, Britain was joined by France, and Germany was joined by Italy and Japan, because they had pre-understanding, secret alliances was existent even during the Second World War. And later, you know, in 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, an American naval base. Okay, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, American naval base, and dropped a few bombs, killing thousands of sleeping sailors. Okay, and in retaliation to this, America entered the Second World War on the side of the Allies, Britain and France, by signing the Atlantic Charter. Meanwhile, Hitler, initially, Britain and France encouraged Hitler because Hitler decided to end communism. So against Russia, Britain and France encouraged Hitler. This is called appeasement of Hitler. Okay, but later Hitler attacked Soviet Union. Hitler attacked USSR in 1942, and with this, USA and USSR also joined war on the side of the Allies. Okay, so who are the Allies in Second World War? Britain, France, USA, USSR. Who are the Axis powers? Germany, Italy, and Japan. Okay, initially Germany, what do you call, was victorious in several battles. Germany captured whole of Europe, and then in 1942, Hitler advanced to Soviet Union, declared war on Russia. Okay, but here the change occurred, a reversal of war. Soviet Union defeated after several initial loss. Soviet Union defeated the Nazis at Stalingrad as early as 1943. Okay, Hitler was decisively defeated by Red Army of USSR at Stalingrad, and they cornered Nazis and cornered and finally reached Berlin, the capital of Germany, in 1945. The USSR, the Red Army, when they forced the Nazis back, they liberated all the countries captured by Germany. They liberated Czechoslovakia, they liberated Hungary, they liberated Poland, and destroyed the concentration camps. And finally, they cornered the Nazi forces in Berlin, and Berlin was captured. And on capturing of Berlin, Hitler committed suicide. Hitler, in his hiding bunker, he committed suicide on 30th April 1945. And Allied forces, USA and USSR, took over the control of Germany. This is the end of Nazism in the world. Okay, Hitler did not allow him to be captured. So on 29th April 1945, in his hiding place underground in the bunker, he married, in his last will, he married his long time girlfriend Eva Braun. And the next day, on 30th April, Hitler and Eva Braun committed suicide. Okay, they, they swallowed cyanide and also shot themselves, and both died. And in the East, Japan continued war for some time, but finally the USA dropped atom bombs in Nagasaki and Hiroshima on 6th and 9th August, and that brought the end of the Second World War. Germany was divided into two parts. Okay, after the Second World War, Germany was divided into two parts as the German Democratic Republic (GDR), okay, and the Federal Republic of Germany (FRG). And GDR was placed under the control of USA, and FRG, Federal Republic of Germany, was placed under the control of USSR. Sorry, FRG came under the influence of USA. GDR, Greater German Democratic Republic, was placed under the control of USSR. And after the defeat of Japan, USA took control of Japan, okay, and prepared a new constitution like the constitutional monarchy that existed in Britain. The Japanese had a lot of sentiment towards their emperor, so they did not abolish the institution of monarchy. Japan built a constitutional monarchy like England. The emperor is a symbolic head. Real power is with the parliament. Such type of governments came into being. And now, after the end of the Second World War, the Allies did not want to give very harsh punishment to the Nazi generals because they learned a lesson from the First World War. So they wanted to see that Germany shall be given punishment. The generals and the people responsible for war, the people responsible for crime against humanity, killing of large number of innocent people. A trial took place at Nuremberg, and in this trial, only 11 generals were sentenced to death. Only 11 generals, Hitler's close followers, only 11 of them were sentenced to death. Remaining people were all sentenced for life, but later they were released. Now you can see the Second World War also changed the balance of power. The USA and USSR decided to increase their influence. So in order to revive the economy of the defeated countries like Germany and Japan, USA came out with an economic plan called Marshall Plan. The economic plan for the recovery and restructuring of the war-ravaged countries. For restructuring their economic development, USA gave a lot of assistance in the form of Marshall Plan. Similarly, for the development of East European communist countries, USSR also came out with a counter plan known as the Molotov Plan. Okay, so World War II ended with the defeat of Germany, Japan, and Italy, and the victory of USA, USSR, Britain, and France. Now, what are the important consequences of the two world wars? Okay, the First World War, you can find at the end of the First World War, it put an end to monarchical empires. It put an end to monarchical empires, and in their place, democratic governments came into being. Democratic republic was set up in Europe. For example, German Empire was abolished and a Weimar Republic was established. Ottoman Turkish Empire was abolished, and in the place of Turkish Empire, a republic was set up. Okay, Austro-Hungarian Empire was dismantled and a republic was formed. And Russian Empire was also dismantled on account of the Russian Revolution, and a republic was set up. So First World War, we find the end of monarchical empires and emergence of democratic governments. We call it as assertion of democratic aspirations. And in the colonies, people began to gain self-government. Self-government movements became very strong in colonies like India, Indonesia, and other colonies of the Western countries. Now, after this end of the Second World War, what happened? We find the colonies began to gain independence. Okay, after the Second World War, the colonies got independent. Emergence of independent countries in Asia and Africa. Okay, and the Second World War, we find Britain, Germany, Italy, France, very powerful countries earlier, they lost their power. So the balance of power now shifted from Europe to North America. In the place of Britain, the most powerful country, USA emerged as a superpower. On the other side, USSR also emerged as a superpower. So now the world, they can find there is a shift in balance of power. Now the power, military power and economic power drifted to North America and to Eurasia, that is USSR. In the place of Britain, France, and Germany, who emerged as superpowers? United States of America and Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, USSR. Okay, now USA is a democratic country, USSR is a communist country. Democracy and communism both are opposed to each other. So this created a division of the world into two camps, two opposed rival camps called the communist bloc and the capitalist bloc, or the communist bloc and the democratic bloc, which again divided the world into two. Okay, and that is what we say as Cold War. And the next important consequence of the Second World War was the establishment of UNO, birth of an international organization, United Nations Organization, to preserve peace, uphold human rights, and respect international laws, and promote social progress. UNO was established to prevent future war, to save the succeeding generations from the scourge of war, to reaffirm faith in the fundamental rights of human beings, and to achieve all-round development, social, economic, and educational progress. So UNO came into being, and it works through various agencies like UNICEF, UNESCO, WHO, ILO, IBRD, WTO, and several agencies are there. We will learn in the coming lessons in detail about the working of UNO. Another important consequence that occurred in the world on account of world wars is enfranchisement of women. Women getting the right to vote. When World War I and World War II were going on, large number of men, they were busy at the battlefront. They were busy fighting war. So it became necessary for women to leave their home and to work in factories, and also to work in factories, shops, offices, voluntary service. They had to do the works which earlier were done by men. So they got power, they got income, they demanded equality at par with men, and on account of their struggle, they got the right to vote. The British women got the right to vote in 1918. Not the point. British women got the right to vote in 1918. Okay, this movement is called Women Enfranchisement Movement. Franchise, right to vote. Okay, franchise means right to vote. So we have learned so many important facts regarding World War I and World War II. We also found the danger involved in developing what you call negative ideologies, dangerous ideologies like fascism and Nazism. Okay, now you read the lesson very well, understand the lesson, and if you have any doubt, you feel free to ask me any doubt. Yes, any doubt? Yes, if you have got any doubts, you can raise now. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
No, why no response from your side?
Sir,
Yes.
Hitler.
Yes, what happened to Hitler? Hitler committed suicide.
Yes, sir. What is the reason of that?
Because he was going to be captured and he knows that if he is captured, they will not leave him free because he caused the death of millions and millions of people. So he did not want to end in the hands of his enemies.
Hmm. Okay, sir.
Lesson is very simple. You understand the major causes for the world wars and try to explain one by one. And in that, while we learned about World War, we also learned about the economic depression and then Russian Revolution, how Russia and Lenin captured power and established the Republic, Workers' Republic, and then rise of Nazism, how Hitler developed his blind ideology of hatred called Nazism, and how he became powerful. What are the reasons for his rise? Okay, and what kind of cruel things he did during the Second World War? We learned in detail. And then what are the consequences of Second World War or the world wars?
What is meant by economic viability?
Economic
Viability.
economic viability.
Yes, sir.
Economic viability means setting the economy right, create demand for goods, give employment to people, increase the